Hi friends, welcome to Sailing Liberty.
We're really glad you're back. Today, we're going to talk about sailing, sailboats, and you know what else, fixing sailboats, because this week, that's what it's been all about. Fixing sailboats, getting everybody ready for the season ahead, and it's going well. We're here, there, and everywhere. There's not a cranny on the boat that doesn't get our attention. But first, we want to thank our new Patreons.
Thank you, Paolo, Simeone crew, and First Officer Thomas Betts.
Thomas Betts once again. It's good to have you, buds. And you're going to make a great first officer. And along with our other friends, you guys make it all possible on Patreon. It's great chatting with you guys on the Patreon app. And it's happening here on Liberty.
Oh yeah!
That's today on Sailing Liberty.
I said, wait for my daddy-o, wait for my daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.
All right.
Like some cruise.
All right, back up the mast again. Today we're going to check the steaming light and make sure everything's set and ready to go on that. We're having a couple little issues with it, but let's just get up there and see what we're dealing with. Probably be a pretty quick ride. That's what I'm hoping. I'm gonna sit on a bosun's chair and Kane is gonna crank me up under Helen's watchful eye. Let's get cranking. Today we're checking the steaming light and getting it mounted correctly. That way they'll be ready when they need it. It's almost sailing season around here and everybody's trying to get ready. All right, I'm gonna grind this out right here, make a little space for the wiring. The steaming light is a navigation light that you're required to light when you are steaming or motoring as they call it these days. Although I bet there are a few steamboats out there somewhere. Every time you got your motor running on a sailboat, you're supposed to turn on your steaming light if it's at night. All right, she's in and looking good. Tight as a drum, solid as a rock. Awesome up here. Any day is a good day to climb a mast. Only as high as the spreaders today. Up and over the spreaders to get down the other side. Speaking of which, thanks to my friends for the safety, help, and the cranking. We got that steaming light looking good, standing tall, and ready for action. Next time they're out there, they can steam all they want, and they got a light to prove it. You know what? Some people love hanging around on boats, and we do too. So let's do it. Let's hang around on boats. Awesome. Thank you, Kane.
You're very welcome.
Gotta get my sea legs back. I got my bird legs right now. All right, off to the store to get some sealant.
Super happy we got Bennett another project done soon. Everything gonna be done on Bennett. 2 more projects, and we can put the bill in, and then we can put the order in, more hardware for the lifeline bases, and we need boat paperwork and all kinds of stuff before we head out. Right now we walk to UPS. My acorn nuts came in.
Nice. You know, down here at the waterfront, just walking to the store is a glorious experience.
Yeah.
But I tell you what,
What?
it's a beautiful night for it, and the weather is only getting better. Dry, sunny, a little cooler.
We have like a Estonian summer. It's 20 till 23 degrees of Celsius and perfect summer weather for me. The summer was hot.
Dry and breezy,
Yeah.
cool and sunny.
Love the autumn weather. It's good time. Hopefully we are soon done with the hurricane season. Oop, God.
Oh yeah, that's what they call having your work cut out for you.
Yeah, I ordered the acorn nuts because if you don't have acorn nuts, you can get really badly injured on the boat.
Yep.
You want this to be nice and smooth, and you don't want any bolts sticking out. So this is gonna be for our lifeline bases. There are a lot of sealants, and we're gonna go with Loctite polyurethane. This Loctite is for our wooden hand loops. We're gonna do a quick solution right now so it stops stripping, and then we're gonna do some point a permanent solution, but until then, Loctite.
The quick solution.
Yeah, we got it. Replace those steel plugs and a couple of reasonable hardware, you know, on that fuel filter.
That is putting all new hardware, a little upgrade. Ooh, don't mind if I do.
All right, there's your vent, stainless now.
The hardware costs half as much as the whole unit.
These were $5 each, and this whole unit costs 20-ish. So do the math on that. No wonder they use some cheap-ass plugs in that little kitty.
The best is to put Teflon tape, 6 o'clock, facing east.
Out with the old, in with the new. You know what? I almost put this off another day or two, but then Helen said, let's just get her done. And you know what? About 2 seconds from now, she's going to be done. No rust. We never had to sit here and look at rust staining the beautiful sides of our yacht. Nope. We got the brass in hand. That's it. She's done. Upgraded or upgrade. Once again.
Wow, what a nice evening. I'm having my most precious candies from the childhood Raffaello. They were so rare that they could not be my favorite because we rarely have them. So they are so delicious. We got them from Walgreens. They don't have them in the supermarkets, really. Wow.
What's the flavor of that?
It's coconut candy. It's like the most perfect dessert. With almond and cream. They have the most beautiful commercials with most beautiful women and men in TV. Raffaella ütleb rohkem kui 1000 sõna.
A snowball made with a blend of palm trees and sugar balls, like a wedding cake on your birthday. I can't describe it. It's a candy, it's a cake, it's a delicious cherry bomb of love. Raphael. There she is.
Ooh, nice. Good talking, good talking.
Perfecto. Just like that, home again, all in the same day. Mount up, my lady.
Insta360, I never thought they're gonna have it. Our GoPros are failing us left and right. Everything, the salt water is merciless. And Tom, thank you so much. You said this Insta360. Wow, action camera, new action camera. That is super cool. We can use it while we are filming our sailboat and in crazy environments. So we're gonna keep our phones safe in these situations.
Awesome.
And it is waterproof.
Really?
Yeah, we like waterproof.
We got to learn how to use it.
Yes, really cool. Thank you so much. You have helped out our shows really a lot.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Let's charge some batteries.
Oh, yeah.
Can never have too many batteries, I hear.
Today is really windy, don't know why. The trees are back, nice October weather, cool. In the midday, the sun is shining and the wind is blowing. Morning briefing with Sailing Liberty Kids. I have my perfect organic coffee. Dad made me, and he added some lion's mane for my foggy brain. And big thank you to Jim Compton for sending us this beautiful pack of lifeline bases. I'm reliving my sailing through you guys. Too old and body will no longer allow me to sail. Hope this will allow you both to fulfill your dreams. May God bless you and keep you safe. Thank you, Jim Compton. And it sure does fulfill our dreams. Look at that. Wow, these are 8 lifeline bases. This is enough to do one side of our boat. Woo! We are super grateful.
I didn't think it would get together that quick. That's awesome.
So now I'm going to measure the side of the boat, and next week we're gonna order some hardware from McMaster. It's gonna be like $100 for all the hardware. We need to know the thickness of the gunnels. I would say 2 inches and 3/4. Don't know how this goes because it doesn't go straight down, so it's thicker.
Oh, yeah.
So we might need to do a, how you say, test piece.
Yeah, we got to just rough it in, dry fit it.
Do one, rough it in next week, and then put the other in.
Nice. Nuts and bolts, keep it simple, get it done. Woohoo! Thanks for the wish list help, guys.
Thank you so much. You make our dreams come true and help Liberty to set sail.
End of briefing.
Oop.
Thanks for keeping it brief.
Thanks for keeping Liberty afloat and us safe on board.
Bottoms up, drink them if you got them. All right, it's coming time. I got to put the glove on, and I hope you're ready for this because it's that time of year again. Time to put bioside and do a shock treatment to our fuel tanks. We got to keep them algae free and the flow of the fuel running freely. We keep 2 measuring cups just for the bioside because these should never be used for anything else. We keep them sealed in a Ziploc, and that's the way we got to do it because this stuff is nasty. It's literally poison. I don't even know what it is, but it is really strong. A tiny bit does a lot of fuel. We're gonna measure enough. We're gonna figure we have 200 gallons of fuel right now, roughly. We're doing a shock level treatment, which is an ounce of biocide for every 20 gallons of fuel. If we figure we got 100 gallons in each tank, yeah, I figure we used about 30 gallons so far in the trip, plus or minus. We're gonna go ahead and use 10 ounces between the 2 tanks. We have 5 gallons of diesel right here that we're gonna pre-mix it into, get it nice and blended. And we're gonna put half of this diesel jerry can into one tank and the other half into the other tank. And we'll give it time before we run the engine to do its magic. A lot of wind today, so I'm gonna get down low to keep it from blowing around. All right, so we're gonna go for 10 ounces, which is a full measure. to do a little trick to get half of this into one tank and the other half into the other tank. It looks like we're about 1 inch below the fill line. That's our halfway mark. Oh.
There's a piece missing, huh?
Yeah. Oh well. I'm sure it did a good job for a long time.
All of the hatches are really breaking.
What goes around comes around. I guess that's gonna need a fix. Maybe a quick fix, maybe a good fix, but it's gotta get fixed.
Before we head out.
Yeah.
Woo, we have 2 tanks.
That's the red stuff, the old off-road, high sulfur, the good stuff.
Paisano sold it to us.
David Paisano,
Delicious diesel.
the fuel man. Sorry, thank you. You know, David Paisano sold us this fuel, filled up the boat, over 200 gallons, great price, set us up for our voyage. We have plenty of fuel and a helicopter overhead. I just don't want to overshoot it, but if I do, it's really no big deal. We do have a combiner between the 2 tanks, but I just kind of want to give them both a good, they call it a slug dose. I want to give them both a good heavy slug dose, a shock treatment. Just basically knock the stuffing out of that microbes or whatever brewing in there. I don't like the sound of that. It clogs up your everything. And hey, we're sailing soon, so we want to do this here a few weeks out before we push off, shove off, and head south. And this is great because what'll be like a huge piece of slime in your fuel tank becomes a tiny, tiny little piece of dust.
Super grateful for that, hassling with the nasty chemicals and saving our fuel, maintaining it. The fuel has to be ready. This is #1 problem with the motor when your boat stops working and you're stuck. Plug fuel, everyone. Take care of it before you move the boat.
You never know where you're going to end up on this boat. And you know what? Every time I end up in this 12-volt cabinet, our buffer bank, our AGM, our VMAX tanks, 310 total amp hours of 12-volt goodness, bulletproof, military-grade stuff. This is our switch panel for charging and unifying batteries as needed. This one goes up to our windlass battery up in the bow of the boat. If we ever need to give it a boost with the house bank, just switch it on. This is house bank 1, house bank 2, which is a VMAX tanks. And then we have 2 switches for the starter battery. We have a jump starter switch that allows us to jump start the boat with the house bank. And this is for passing along the alternator output to the house bank when you want to charge off the engine. And this switch is our ignition cutoff switch. This cuts off the ignition for the generator and the engine. And it's a very interesting cabinet. It's great to be back in here, but the reason we're back in here is because we had a bit of a low voltage problem one night. We had a bunch of rainy days, didn't run the generator that day, and by morning, our 12 volts were showing less than 12 volts, which is not great. We want to take care of our 12 volt batteries, not beat up on them like that. We're gonna baby them even because we want them to last, and these guys are supposed to give you a good long run if you take care of them. So we're going back to some old school technology, the Victron Battery Protect. And this is the old version, the non-Bluetooth version. I was able to get one for $30 odd, open box on Amazon. This is the 100 amp unit, and it will work with 12 or 24 volt. Upon initial setup, it will recognize the voltage range, either 12 or 24, to protect the batteries from being overly discharged, extend their life, and hey, if they shut off at 2 a.m., you know, we're gonna have to do something. This is a great little unit. It's amazing, the technology in this. It's an old piece, but it's a good piece. So let's go ahead and add it to the system. All right, we got our standard 1-2-all switch here. It's wired to these 2 house batteries. And then outgoing from that is the 2-gauge wire that feeds the house. And we're gonna disconnect that, and in line, we're gonna put our battery protect. It was very nicely installed in the back. They had it by the last guy. Does nice work, I'll tell you. But I'm gonna move that around to the front here because we gotta get this battery protect in line And the lines are kind of already set for the previous install, so we got to kind of make it work. Well, that wasn't so bad. Make sure, dress it in there nice. Let me get these kinks out of the wire. Keep up appearances around here, you know. Because, you know, we're the ones that got to look at it. I'm going to run it across the front here. We had a couple of these pieces that we had to do a couple changes in the Victron cabinet, and we knew they'd come in handy someday, and here we go. 2-gauge wire, very nice. You know, I was going to eliminate this cutoff switch, this old-fashioned 1-2-all switch. I was talking with Helen about it because she's my co-engineer on these projects. And she's like, well, we ought to try to keep it. And I'm like, yeah, we ought to try to keep it. Because it gives us the ability to have a manual cutoff. And I'm glad we're keeping it. It's a great idea, Helen. And keep them coming. Just like that, we've got our 2 wires close together. And we're ready to put in our battery protect. Before we screw the switch back in, I'm going to quick phase tape this. That just means to color code it accordingly. Since this one happened to be made up as a black wire in the previous installation, I'm going to now just make it a red wire. Phase taped. All right, slap that in there.
Nice.
Everything's improving across the board. Now we're getting somewhere. I feel like it's coming together quick at this point.
Rock solid.
Yeah, that's right. Rock solid. Rock solid gold, that is. This is going to keep us from frying our nice batteries. This is awesome. They do pre-wire one of the punch downs for you, but the wire's too short, so we're going to do it again. Happen to have a wire with an end already on it. Perfect end, a very nice end. We're just going to reuse it. I've phase taped it black. I'm sure the wing nut is more of a convenience than anything else. Let's just put it that way. Now that's going to provide our ground to the device. So the middle pin is the ground, and this pin is program. And this is what you attach a wire to and then tap that on a negative, and that's how you control the little computer in here. And the instructions say do not connect the load at the programming phase. And right now we have both connected for the fit, but we're going to take the load side off. They're actually both off because we used that 1-2 all off switch to turn them off. All right, this is the moment of truth. I'm going to reach over and power up to all. So we're going to go for, this is not the Bluetooth version, this is the old version. I was able to get it for such a great price I couldn't resist, and I really don't want to get into a bunch of detail on this thing. It's just keep it simple, keep it basic. We're going to program it to program number 8. That means it shuts down at 12 volts. If it was a 24 volt battery bank, it would shut it down at 24. But then it repowers up at 13 volts. That means the charger's on, basically. All right, make the connections now and put the load on it. The battery has to go on the in and the load has to go on the out. Otherwise, you're going to fry the unit. This is where you would wire in a remote switch, but right now we have the loop that came with it, and that's basically turning it on. All right, power is passing through the battery protect. The BP is doing its job. Now, the only time we're going to know for sure is if we drop down to low voltage and have it kicking off at 12 volts. This is what I'm hoping for. So stand by, and hopefully we have a good new system here, improving things all the time. And I don't mind if we do.
I'm making delicious dinner for me and Ted from one of my very favorite treats. This is petite filet medallions, and they're half the price of the real filet. So it's a great deal. The first thing what you do with the steak is you dab it until you get rid of the moisture. The seasoning is really easy. The salt goes first. More salt. You can put a lot of salt because it sticks to the pan. Rosemary. Really good for your health. And I'm gonna put pepper only to one side. Now they're gonna get to the room temperature. If you want, sometimes you can use the oven to bring it to 100 degrees or so and then flop it to the pan.
Wow.
off the ban and to rest. Oh yeah.
How long to rest?
10 minutes. I'm gonna cut one medallion up to be on the safe side. What? Perfect, medium rare.
What?
Gonna Betty.
Oh, very careful.
My heart stopped. It's ready to eat. Here it is. Wow, saved by the bell.
Wow, beautiful, Helen. That was close.
Let's eat now.
Cheers. Wow, it's October and the trades are ripping. You know what? I don't mind the little cool down, and the sun is just as bright and shiny as ever. It makes it great for working. It really makes you feel like getting some wind in your sails, and we definitely do. You know, it's been a heck of a week. Sailors helping sailors, getting things done. Every little project they've been putting off, setting to the side, finding out about our own boat, even learning the limitations of our systems based on experience. It's kind of the time to make it happen and get it right for the big voyage ahead. Until then, let's eat something.
Oh yeah, such a decadent, beautiful dinner. Look at that. Ooh, look at that.
And a healthy
Beautiful.
choice. I don't mind if I do. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.
We'll see you next time
On
Sailing Liberty.
Thirsted.
And we look forward to seeing you on the next show. Sailing Liberty.